Dallas Cowboys, welcome back to the final 7-round mock draft for the 2025 offseason. They got a lot of picks towards the end of this draft where they package some of them to trade up. That's a possibility, but they are up against the cap, so I don't expect them to get rid of picks. I think they're going to stick and pick at a lot of these selections in this draft. I'm really excited to break down my thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys draft this offseason. I do think that they're in a place where they want to draft the best player available, right? I don't care about running back and wide receiver forcing it in round one. If a guy that's really good is on the board at number 12, even if he's a D lineman, an edge rusher, a cornerback, I think you take that. There is some value to be had at wide receiver and running back later in the draft. So let's do it, guys. 7-round mock draft. My last one of this offseason, Cowboys fans. Let's get into it. All right, Cowboys fans, if you take a look at the screen right here, we're up at number 12. And man, Walter Nolan's on the board. Malachi Starks, Jahad Campbell could be really interesting for them. I do like Will Johnson too. The injury history does concern me a little bit, especially because Deron Bland is on a contract year and Diggs has been dealing with a ton of injuries. So I don't know if that's the route they go. Matthew Golden is on the board at 22. Overall, that's where PFF has him ranked. Where do we go? It's going to be hard for me to pass up on Walter Nolan. I think he could play all over the D-line. And man, with Walter Nolan, Osa, and Micah Parsons, that's a very, very formidable defensive line. You could go Mike Green, too, on the edge. Smaller guy, right? 6'4", 250, but he's still a freaking monster, right? And he has the ability to play off-ball linebacker as well. Walter Nolan's coming in at 6'3", 305. Definitely a bigger guy. Probably more of a, defensive lineman in this spot, right? I do think he fits this new scheme they have there in a 4-3 defense. You know what? So, Cowboys fans, I'm doing it. I'm going best player available right now. And that, to me, is Walter Nolan. I think he's extremely valuable player. And they need to get great players under good rookie contracts. And I know this might surprise some Cowboys fans because they want the big running back or they want the big wide receiver, but no. Build teams through the trenches. Walter Nolan goes to the Cowboys at 12. Now, we're up in the second round, selection 44. Trey Amos is on the board. Jaden Higgins is on the board. Guys, I would love one of these cornerbacks. I love Amos and Morrison, but dude, Jaden Higgins is my favorite wide receiver in this draft class. And if for whatever dumb reason he falls to the Cowboys at this selection in the second round, you pick him all day. Almost 1,200 yards. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, he's got great hands. 6'4", 215 pounds, guys. Come on. Drop rate under 2.5%. Woo! He's great against man coverage too. 87 grade. I love Jaden Higgins. The Cowboys get a true X wide receiver to pair up with CeeDee Lamb in the second round. Let's hope there's some good running backs on the board here in the third round, and it sure looks like it. Dylan Sampson still on the board from Tennessee. 90 overall grade, 1,500 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. The dude is straight beast mode. And zone and gap grades, he's pretty equal, right? So he's pretty scheme versatile. So I love Dylan Sampson in this selection. 5'11", 201. Pretty good size. Got good speed. Dylan Sampson to the Cowboys in the third round. I absolutely love that selection. So we went D-line. We got Jaden Higgins. We got Dylan Sampson. And as much as I loathe the Cowboys fans, because I'm a Birds fan, go Birds! Go Birds! But honestly, I actually love when the Cowboys are good because that makes these Eagles games more interesting in my opinion. I like when Dak is playing well with CeeDee Lamb. Give them some weapons. All right, here we are in the fifth round, 149 overall. Bringing in Kyle Williams, adding another wide receiver to this group, not a terrible idea, right? But for me, I want to look at the cornerback position. They definitely need some depth there, in my opinion. Longer beams on the board. O'Donnell Fortune, a guy I really, really like. And I'm going to bring him in. O'Donnell Fortune, 86 grade. Really, really talented guy. Back-to-back years with passer ratings under 66. excellent in man coverage, and better in zone coverage. He's just an overall really good cornerback, and I think on draft day, he goes a little bit earlier than this, but he's available to us at 149 overall, so I'm going to take him right now. Here we are, guys, in the 5th round, 174 overall. We could go take a start looking at some edge help, right? We definitely, Walter Nolan probably going to play besides Osa on the D line, so let's take a look at the edge defenders. I do like Diggs, and Downs is on the board. You know, we want a little bit bigger of a guy to kind of set the edge opposite of our man Micah Parsons, right? And a guy like Ethan Downs definitely makes some sense because he's a little bit bigger frame guy, 6'4", 265. You know, Cowboys, 25% already mocked there. I'm going to do that. Bring in an edge defender right now. We're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, guys. We're up in the 6th round at 204 and 211 overall. Now, I'm just bringing in the best players available. And I think they could use some depth at the safety position. Malachi Moore is still available. I'm bringing in Malachi Moore from Alabama. He's a great safety. 84 overall grade this year. Super talented guy. Missed tackle rate for a safety under 10% is great. He's under 7%. That's even better. That coverage grade. Force incompletion rate super high. I love Malachi Moore. I think this is a great selection. Now, in the 6th round, 211 overall. I want to go off-ball linebacker here, right? Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. My B. I want to go linebacker here. Jay Higgins is on the board. He's my favorite guy. Teddy Buchanan's a pretty decent player as well. 6'2", 235. Higgins is a little bit smaller. 6'2", 232, actually a little bit bigger. I like Jay Higgins. One of my favorite later round linebacker prospects coming out of Iowa. He's great in coverage, good run defender as well. Missed tackle rate under 10%. I always look for that. You know, he had 4 interceptions. He's just a ball hawk, man. And the Cowboys are going to love this guy. He's a playmaker through and through. All right, now we're up in the 7th round, guys. We're just bringing in best player available. Mumpfield from Pitt. Okay, player, 800 yards. You know, I want to just bring in the best players available. Harrison Hunt. Interior defensive lineman, 6'4", 294. Very good athleticism, right? 4.8, 40, coming in at around 300 pounds. That's solid speed, man. Very explosive guy. Za Frazier, a guy from UTSA I really like, had a great year for the Roadrunners. So I'm just taking a look. Jalen Travis from Iowa, you know, bringing in some offensive line help. I could take a look at guard. You know, we went D-line, wide receiver, running back, corner, safety, edge defender, linebacker. Now it's time to bring in some offensive linemen, whether that's tackles or guards and center. Holland Pierce, the tackle from Rutgers, I love. Big boy, 6'8", 344. He's got the meat. Jalen Travis, I definitely like him as well, 6'7", 340. But I just think Holland Pierce is a better player. Jake Major's a guy I like. I do like Miles Frazier from LSU, pretty good guard, you know, from a big program, 70 overall grade, gave up 1 sack over the last 2 years. I'm going to bring in Miles Frazier from LSU. And now we're at 239 overall, bringing in some more offensive line depth. Could make some sense for us here, guys. Definitely. Oronde Gadsden, the tight end. You know, Jake Ferguson, you know, he's on the way out. I'm bringing in Oronde Gadsden, being available at, you know, 239 overall. That's craziness. Woo, baby. All right, guys. Jalen Travis is still on the board, so I'm going to bring in some more offensive line depth. Wedding from Indiana. He's a really good player, too. Exceptional year. You know, 83 overall grade. Played good programs. Not the best programs in the world, but pretty solid guy. This is a 7th round pick. 6'7", 319. I'm doing it. It said Wedding floated around the offensive line before finding a home at right tackle in 2024, where he produced his best work. 85.7 overall grade. He's got tons of experience. He played left guard. He played right guard. He played right tackle. I like his versatility. He goes to the Cowboys, guys, at the last pick in the 7th round. B+ overall grade from PFF. We crushed the beginning of this draft. Walter Nolan, Jaden Higgins, Dylan Sampson. I absolutely love that. They didn't like the O'Donnell Fortune Downs picks, but I think they're crazy in my opinion. Malachi Moore, another good pick. Jay Higgins, Miles Frazier, Oronde Ganson, Trey Wettig. All right, guys, Cowboys fans, let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this draft? Do you not like this draft? This is my final draft for the Cowboys 2025. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.